Hello, YouTube land. Richard here. Well, I was up in Jersey and I figured I'd stop by DeKorte Park. First thing I'm noticing, this place is really, it's very difficult to find, I would say. They don't have enough signs marking it. It seems like you're driving into a landfill. But we have some very nice pictures of the New York skyline here, or views rather. I'm a little out of it, guys. I've been doing an incredible amount of driving. Anyway, you're greeted. This is the perimeter, and they have trails. You can screenshot this if you want. They apparently have little placards, and you're greeted by this water. I'm not sure if it's tidal. The dude over there is smoking a cigar, which is killing me from 100 feet away. I can smell it. Anyway, let's see what this place has got to offer. They have a nature trail, and I've been wanting to walk it for years. So here we go. And nice views of New York City so far, and that's the New Jersey Turnpike. And you feel like you're literally, I came within a couple hundred feet of this place. I almost thought I was driving into a landfill. And this is in Lyndhurst, New Jersey. And this all used to be landfills out here. I think there's still a couple active ones. All right, prohibited acts. I guess I'll just read this because I'm new here. Includes feeding of wildlife, release of wildlife, hunting, trapping, littering, dumping, use of drones or any remote controlled devices, camping, fires, alcohol, controlled dangerous substances, posting of signage, advertising, solicitation. Any violation of applicable laws or regulations will be referred to appropriate authorities. Fishing, catch and release only. Well, you can fish here. Can't consume it. Dogs must be leashed. No person shall disturb wildlife or vegetation in any manner. No person shall pollute waters, litter, dump. No person shall remove any natural resource, including any plant material, to the park, including seeds and bulbs. Ain't that something? Parking is allowed in designated areas. Dirt bikes, ATVs, and jet skis are prohibited. Now, Sawmill Creek mud flats, I've been in there by boat many times. It has some ferocious currents out there. A lot of people have drowned out there. So if you go out there, be careful. Always have a life preserver. All right, let me see what this is. Welcome to Marsh Discovery Trail. A sensitive wildlife habitat area. No dogs, no bicycles. Feeding of wildlife. Release of any animal. Crabbing, fishing, dumping, littering, hunting, trapping, alcohol, controlled dangerous substances. Discharging of firearms. Removal of any plant. Pretty much the same thing. So pretty much you got to act like a normal person. You gotta love that. You wave to somebody and they make you feel like the invisible man. All right, so let's see what this is. This is a half-mile boardwalk, provides access to the Kingsland impoundment a once unreachable habitat, cheek to jowl with New Jersey Turnpike. Here you can experience firsthand the sight sounds of an urban salt marsh community. This boardwalk traces the route of the old Kingsland Creek, an ancient tributary of the Hackensack River. In years past, the creek has been dredged for mosquito control and partially buried under landfalls. Today, all that remains is an inlet and small channel. The jungle of exotic-looking foliage surrounding the trail is common reed grass, also known by its Latin name Phragmites, or Phragmites, I think it is, Australis, or frag. Its name stems from the phragma, the Greek word for fence. Phragmites spreads bilateral roots called rhizomes, potentially up to 30 feet long in 1 year, and can attain heights of 15 feet. Phragmites is so aggressive that young shoots are strong enough to penetrate asphalt paving. And I'll hold my phone up. This is kind of off the trail, as they say, so you can screenshot it and read it. All right, let's go. Now, when I was a kid, me and my father used to come out here and crab almost every day. Not exactly here, but along what they call the Pipeline Trail. Back in the day, there were dirt bike riders and people driving back there, crabbing all the time. But as years have gone on, everything has been cordoned off. Seems like our freedoms are constantly taken away. More restrictions, more prohibitizations. My brain is not working correctly, pardon me, but anyway, that big mountain over there, I know for a fact that is old landfill. I think they want to turn it into a park eventually, and they've actually had a lot of success. It's really quite unimaginable. Now here, look, I guess this is where you hang out and bird watch, and they got a nice little dock out here. Oddly enough, seems like there's little to no birds out here. And I believe that is the New Jersey Sport Authority. It used to be the Hackensack Meadowlands Development Commission. We do have a tire. I do see a tire floating. A grim reminder. Well, technically that could have flew off a truck, which does happen from time to time, and it does kill people. But oddly enough, wow, I don't even see any birds on the wires. All right, so let's zoom in on some buildings over there. Now I got a raging sun in my eyes, so I will try my best. Never been here, and if I drop this camera, it's game over. So let's hope that don't happen. They have some sort of birdhouse box right there. Okay. Nobody's looting my vehicle. That's always a good sign. I can see my vehicle from out here. Now, I don't know how many trails they have. Really don't. So I don't know how long this is. Looking like it dead ends up there. I think they have more trails. And this wood is solidly constructed, and there's no railings, so if you have balance issues, you might not want to transverse this because you could wind up in the muck. Another seating area. Wow, is that a... I see a tire fish. Let me see, I can't see with this light. Another tire, man. Now you'd think a park would be a little more vigilant on removing these tires, but it's also landfill area. They could be just popping up. That looks like almost like a hunting blind, but I believe it's a bird watching blind. So, tire out in the distance. So that's 3 we've seen so far. This is for hiding, and unfortunately it's hard to imagine, right, that people actually walk out here with spray paint just to write graffiti. But anyway, I guess they got a multi-height, you know, I guess a blind so you can view the birds without spooking them, I guess. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Well, it definitely goes further than I thought, which is good. We're going over... I'm not sure if this is tidal. The water is semi-clear. It does have some sort of funky film on it. Now, I made a wave runner. I had ventured up here and done a wave runner. Video. You might want to check that out. I drove 4 hours from Maryland to put my wave runner in. I planned a trip, but I got massive delays. Long story short, the tide was going out, so I had a very limited amount of time to drop the ski in the water, but I did make a pretty decent video. More to come next summer, God willing. And all right, I will be back when something notable comes up. I wonder if this might actually be a kayak launch. I gotta find out if you're allowed to do that, or just a sinking dock. I remember when that building was brand new and it's already deteriorated. Okay, to be continued. Okay guys, my first glimpse of wildlife. Got some sort of ducks out there. Oh, let me see over here. Looks like baby ducks. Alright. I'm gonna be periodically cutting the video for the sake of length of time, but maybe I'll keep it going because we're going to be crossing over something over here. Okay, this one is closed. Look at the graffiti. It's hard. It just boggles my mind that people come out here intent on you know, destroying the public's property. Okay, here we go. I gotta pop my glasses off so I can see my sunglasses. Zoom in on these duckies. Nice. If you know what kind of species duck, that's a pretty one. Let me see if I can get closer. No, that's it. This is also coincidentally gonna be the last video I make with this camera. I have upgraded and I'm getting an even better one, so this is actually gonna be my last adventure recorded on this. And I've had this over 3 years. It served me well. We're going over more water here. I'm going to try and make an observation if this is tidal or not. Usually, all right, you see the leaf moving. It probably, this is tidal in my estimation. It could be wind, but I see everything moving and it's moving out, which tells me the tide is going out. You know, you have the tide comes in, the tide goes out, but you got an hour slack tide, I believe, in between. More observation posts. So basically the rules, if I haven't said this already, is just behave like a normal person and you'll be fine. Nice views. Oh, there's another duck over there. I don't know if you can see it at this point. He looks like he's seen me. He's moving the other direction. Oh, okay. So they have a nice observation deck over here. Now, where'd that duck go? He might have went underwater. I think he went underwater. Let's see if he pops up. Oh, there's another one over there. Oh, look, he went underwater. Oh, look, this guy did pop up. We'll zero in on him. Well, there he goes. Goes underwater hunting. Now, for those people that think that ducks and wildlife are weak, you try doing that on a cold winter day, right? Mother Nature is pretty awesome, and this trail continues. Wow. And I'm noticing they have another, you know, I will be back here again and do a full exploration. I do have to do a 4-hour ride, so I'm gonna have to be expedient. But the trail, this seems like a more modern, probably constructed more recently because it has plastic decking, which I imagine is much more durable than the wood. We do have little wood sections here, I guess, where they had the miter angles. But yeah, this seems like a great place to walk for exercise and to view wildlife. Yeah, this plastic, it's wet, but you can see that it has a coarse finish, which is good for grip. And we have a watch your step. Yeah, if you don't see that, you definitely, that's definitely gonna make you trip and fall. Another birdhouse. That is the New Jersey Turnpike, and that, I believe, is the Empire State Building in the distance. Let me see if I can zero in on that. Where are you? Oh, there we are. I got the sun in my eyes, guys. That's why it's difficult for me to view here. And that's as far as my telephoto will go. A bit of the New York skyline. Now that one building there, the tilting angled one, that just blows my mind every time I see it. I don't know what is that about, but it sure looks crazy. I mention that a lot every time I'm up here. It doesn't escape. Now this bridge right there, you see them two black towers, that is a bridge over the Hackensack River, and in my Wave Runner video I go under it. And if you want to see that, like I say, I have, it's about 29 minutes, 30 minutes long video. It's in the video section of my page. And it's a cool, I got a lot of Wave Runner videos because, like I say, I was out there on my Wave Runner filming. Or videoing, whatever we call it nowadays. Since film is no longer used in cameras, digitally recording, I guess. All right, we're transversing from this structure to plain old gravel earth. So let's see what this is about. Like I say, I've never been out here. It might just do one big loop. All right, so here is the trail. Let me hold that there. I'm looking at it. It's a half mile long. All right. Let me try to find their building. Oh, I am here. How interesting. Well, I'm gonna head east and see where that takes me. If I am here, they should have the building listed over there, but they don't. I don't know why. Or, oh, wait a minute. Here it is. Yeah. They still have it labeled the New Jersey Meadowlands Commission. My bad. Maybe they haven't changed the name. Oh, and we have a new lagoon over here. So, let's take a walk. And for the sake of video length, I'm going to cut this and I will be back with any notable things to see. To be continued. Racing bird. All right. I was trying to catch that bird on takeoff, but we're getting pretty close to the turnpike, and I believe, all right, I might as well leave this rolling. I believe this is probably Kingsland Creek or Sawmill Creek. Now, I know from growing up here, yeah, there's stories, one kid went off this, trail out here, and I believe it was Sawmill Creek, and he got pinned underneath the water. He went off with his dirt bike and never came up. He was deceased. And yeah, there's a lot of, I've heard of other stories firsthand from the people that were with him, that they tried going swimming and they drowned. The current used to be horrendous. I don't know if this is Kingsland Creek or Sawmill Creek. Let's take a look. Oh yeah. Yeah, look at that current. You see that? The reason is obvious. You have this huge body of water funneling into this little bottleneck, which creates, a rush of water. Like, I remember coming in this creek from the river, and like you could literally have the motor running in gear and, you know, quarter throttle. You're not even moving, you're just standing still. So we're gonna, I think this goes over. We're about to find out. I see some signs up there about the crabbing. Ironically, this river has had some of the best crabbing I ever experienced in my life. And unfortunately, you can't eat it. They got signs of Spanish, and yeah, it looks like this is the end of the line. But this is indeed the road. I know they have it cordoned off. This used to be non-stop dirt bike riding for people. And I believe, like, this is the bridge the kid fell into. And there's the current. So you can imagine, like, after a heavy rain or something, and then at low tide, and, you know, the water is absolutely going out because it's heading towards the Hackensack River, which is right there, and I see the Freedom Tower, and you're about to see it too. I can't see, I got the sun in my eyes, but let me see. Yeah. We got trucks going by. I try to focus on it. Oh, wait a minute, I got more. There's the Freedom Tower, on the same spot that the World Trade Center was in. I got the sun glaring in my eyes. I'm hoping you can see all of that. I could barely see it. I'm trying to focus. Well, cool. Now, you see, this was always known as the Pipeline Trail, Transcontinental Pipeline Trail. I guess you're allowed to walk down there, but I got a long ride ahead of me, so I'm probably not. Just gonna be, you know, a nice place to walk. I'll come out here. This is a winter day, and it is in the 30s. This is the day after Thanksgiving. Came up to visit some fam. And what's that used to say? So you can either do not enter something current title range. Very annoying, this graffiti. Yeah, there's a kind of a cool tree. Boy, isn't that unusual? Yeah, you got like a smorgasbord of plants, because the seeds or whatever can come from a billion different sources. You know, like, for example, you had the landfill over there. Just think, the wind, you know, could blow it. You have everything utterly imaginable buried in them landfills, including people, most likely. Let's see what this is. Ah, feathered fisherman. Now, the great Ingrid, I know them for a long time. The belted kingfisher. I'm gonna hold it steady so you can screenshot it and read it if you want. What the heck was that? You guys hear that? I heard some sort of grunting. Wow. Wonder if they got pigs in here now. You never know. Yeah, something was grunting. Hopefully it don't have rabies. I've already gotten rabies shots twice, and the biggest surprise you'll ever have is the price. When I got it, like the full course of it might already be like 5-6 years ago, it was 8 or 9 grand, which will shock 99% of the population. But however, if you don't want to die a horrifying, painful, just a horrific death, you will gladly pay it any way you can. Yeah, beautiful view of this lagoon. This is part of the Sawmill Creek tidal marsh. And on the opposite side, which you can see from the New Jersey Turnpike, when you driving down the turnpike, if you see at low tide, there is a million stumps that are sticking out of the mud because a large part of the Hackensack Meadowlands was covered in a cedar forest. Now, when they built the Oradell Reservoir, I don't have exact dates. I'm out here and I haven't looked at it in years, the info, but it was in the early 1900s. They dammed the Hackensack River, up around the Oradell. They created the Oradell Reservoir and then a lake to Penn. They created reservoirs, but when they dammed it, they cut off the fresh water flow, and that increased the salinity, and that killed all the trees. And plus, there's also stories I have read in the past of that criminals used to hide in the cedar forest, and I understand they also set large swaths of that on fire. But I can tell you one thing, the salinity is 100%, and that's why the Phragmites, these reeds here, took over, and a lot of other plants, they can't deal with the salt, but these can. Anyway, people, I will continue onward, to be continued. Okay guys, my turn was up there. I'm choosing to venture into the unknown, and I'm hoping this loops around back to the parking lot where I can get to my vehicle. Otherwise, I'm gonna be backtracking on a very long walk. Let's see what happens. Okay guys, looks like I am finding my way back. Another map. I'll hold it there if you guys want to screenshot that. Let me focus. Okay. So, I think I have success. This trail loops. I think there's a lot more to see. I was just talking to a gentleman, and I'm saying to myself, darn, I should have interviewed him for the channel. I had to, I was walking, I had the camera off, and it dawned on me after the fact. But next time, I think I'll be a little more interview-minded. And hopefully this leads back to my car. I believe it does. I don't know what they got over there. This is my first time at this building. First time at this park. I've been looking at it for years, and this is the first time I actually decided to take the plunge. There you go. DeKorte Park is the name of it. And like I say, they need a little more signs because you feel like you're about to drive into a landfill. And the road is in rough shape. Definitely take it slow. And yeah, I see success. I think my vehicle's up ahead. So Is it worth it? Yeah. This is a great place to get exercise and be out in nature, and all within the shadows of New York City. Like I say, those are the Harmon Cove Towers out there. I've actually been in them. I think they're magnificent. I was actually in it when it was brand new. Not that I lived there, but I had a delivery type employment at that time, and I actually delivered to some celebrity basketball stars so long ago. I can't even remember the guy's name, but he had like a two units combined with stairs, you know, and upstairs and downstairs, which is crazy. But you know, those buildings offer incredible views, but you guessed it, you pay for it. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, please hit that like button. It doesn't cost you a dime, and it helps out the channel, lets other people see this content. And hit that black bell so you could be alerted when more cool adventures come up. And subscribe, it's for free. And you know, this way, you know, subscribing and hitting that bell means you'll be notified whenever there's a new video, if you're into this kind of stuff. Anyway, I'm glad I stopped. It's been fun. And if you watched a lot of my videos, I have my other channel, Thrill Seeker 624. A lot of interesting content on that. But I always leave the nicest view, and I think I got it. So let me see if I can get it. There's the Freedom Tower. Stay safe, people. Peace out.